Hello once again, guys. Today I'm going to be looking at my old sketches. So these are standalone, or intended to be standalone, uh, pieces. Just little funny things that I put together with my friends. And yeah, so we're gonna start up with the first one here, and arguably my most famous, brain surgery. Now, this is, of course, the very first appearance of the brain surgeon, who is now a prominent Chadwick Jones character. And this is also Dylan Leedy's grand debut as the stupid assistant. Uh, and he was a real good sport during that, too. Like, um, Dylan has never been, like, very, what's the word, like he never tried to write the script or really heavily influence things that much. He just kind of did what we said, and we loved him for it. Um, and that's why I really do like his role in this as just kind of the submissive guy who does whatever this crazy brain surgeon does. So, well, we'll get back to the point of this. This is one of those sketches that didn't have a script, just a generalized... Yeah, that was fake. Just a generalized idea. Like, the bit that's coming up with, where he does the Macarena, the entire sketch is built over that joke. That one joke. Um, and this bit right here is a joke stolen directly from The Simpsons. If you don't know, it was one of the Treehouse of Horrors. But yeah, this joke going on right here, this is the entire basis for the video, and everything else was just kind of made up on the spot, essentially. And I was just hoping that the fact that this is so obviously a living room, and we are not dressed as doctors in any conceivable way, that would just add to the joke. But in all honesty, it just looks like crap. If you notice back then, during the Macarena part, like, I've been told, like, my stare is around for creepy, and yeah, I can get that. Oh, that was just the first appearance of Socko as his amazing character, Frank. Socko will return in the Christmas special. Socko's like the best character ever. Yeah, here's the Macarena time. This is why this video is banned in Germany, for those of you who don't know. YouTube has blocked it in Germany. So, I'm sorry all of my German viewers, you will not be able to see, a few 15-year-olds just acting stupid, so, yeah. You're a loss. Yeah, Socko. And, of course, the goldfish. He played such a prominent role in this video. Those days were just so innocent, in my opinion. I just love them so much, so nostalgic. So here is breaking news! And I remember why this one was made. You see, not many people know this, but the original idea of Dyercentral was to be sketches. It was just meant to be a sketch channel, where I do things by myself, and I just make entertaining videos. And after a while, like, of the Extreme series and Mass Mr. Dino, I was like, there isn't many sketches. There's just a couple shows. In fact, the only sketch was brain surgery. So I decided to make these two, which is breaking news and a day in the life of Mr. Dyer. So just things that were entirely made by me. Just getting back into that. And of course later the channel became more about movie reviews and lent even farther away from sketches. Oh, here's the first appearance of Henry Hippie, also a prominent member. Yeah, and this is really elevating the point of the fact that characters from random sketches would just end up being in other things, like they ended up being in Chadwick Jones. because I couldn't resist having a big Lollapalooza.
I saw like an attacking
And
Pinocchio. It was so
it
creepy.
yeah, now I look back at it now, it's dumb. Like, they were in one sketch, why do I feel the need to put them back? And they're all very slimline characters as is. Yeah, but I kept on finding things. I have been criticized with my use of Deputy Nautiloid a lot. That his use was unnecessary, and yeah, I can kind of see that. But rest assured, Sheriff Lloyd has basically been stopped forever. I don't think I'm ever going to use that character again. Because in Puppy Hour 2, I had him reveal that he is Sheriff Lloyd. Oh god, Tony Ball. I'll get to him in a second. But yeah, Sheriff Lloyd is not coming back by any means, because we know who he is. His secret is out. Yeah. So, believe me, though I was, in fact, a fan of Atop the Fourth Wall at this time, the fact that Tony Ball is almost a total match of 90s kid is unintentional. I swear. Maybe I just had him on the mind when I was making him, but he just kind of morphed into that. It was meant to be like a stereotypical sports-liking guy, but he never turned out the way I liked, and maybe that's why I forgot him in the Puppy Hour 2 bringing every character together again thing. I do like I added the title afterwards to say that he is Deputy Nautiloid. The funny thing is, like, I lost those nose glasses at one point. Basically, like, of the two, this isn't my favorite, but of my fans, like, both of them, they usually conclude that they like this one a little bit more. And, yeah, I can't blame them. I just like how it totally interrupts and asks Mr. Dyer that never happened. Oh, the Dyercentral logo. I may as well talk about the logo. The original one was made in Microsoft Paint, you see. Here is a day in the life of Mr. Dyer. It was basically made in Microsoft Paint. And, you know, I liked it. I liked it fine. But I was getting sick of it. Like, it's so childish and bad looking. So I asked around my friends to see who would do it, and eventually Alex volunteered to do it. And he made a really nice one, and yeah, so I did the color of it, but he did all the art and stuff. He receives full credit for that. I'll get to the video in a second, but yeah, I'm really proud of the new logo. This sketch is, as I mentioned, like, my favorite of the two. I just like how Mr. Dyer's life is so boring most of the time, and then there's then he's a freaking superhero. Yes, you can see my reflection in the window, I know. He's pretending to eat peanut butter. I just love it, like, it's showing the times and stuff, and everything's black and white and dull, and he's just reading the back of his cereal box. This is back when I asked people to subscribe, too, as you may have noticed. I don't really do that anymore. Here's Old Man Dyer's Tale of Love. This one's just great. This might actually be my favorite of the sketches, at least of the sketches made and purposely for YouTube. Like, this thing was just conceived in my brain and was made totally for the sake of wanting to make it, and I really do like how the effect of making it look old did. Like, to me this looks like a legitimate old-timey movie, except, of course, here's modern things like a freaking laptop and all. I don't know, I like it. I like how the comedy works in this. And yeah, this might actually be my favorite. I like how I do, like, dances like how a silent movie actor might. Maybe, if I have one complaint, it might be that I didn't exaggerate enough. like, to make it look like a legitimate old-timey movie. But for what it is, it's pretty good, at least in my opinion. My beloved, I cannot keep my feelings hidden any longer. Please meet me at this location. Secret lover. Or secret admirer. Whatever should I do? Like, I just love it. To me, this is my best working sketch. Even of the extreme scaries and all. Even of the haunting, even. Like, this thing just slaps together so well. I love it. Yeah. And I like how I actually call him Young Man Dyer, too. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm self-praising or anything, but I don't know. I just gush over this thing. Probably the best work I've ever done by myself. If you're ever wondering what the best cooperative work I've ever done, is probably the Les Miserables musical review. That's just the best thing ever done involving me, period. Mainly due to like Rob's ingenuity and stuff. If you don't know me, if you couldn't tell by my singing spots and that, I'm basically musically tone deaf.
3 things.
Oh, here's Rob.
First, who are you? Second, how did you get in my house? And third, it's Labor Day. Valentine's Day isn't for 5 months.
Oh, I love that. Oh, Rob was such a sport when I asked him to do that too. But yeah. Oh, it's just so wonderful to me. Okay, so here is Ordinary Man. Now, bit of a story behind this one.
What are you doing?
This was made as a project for my film class back in high school. The idea was to make, I think it was a satire, like the movie we saw was Spaceballs, and we were supposed to make a satire of something. So I came up with the idea to make a satire of Superman, and call it Ordinary Man. And just get the guys together like we usually would to do a sketch, and make a Superman parody. And the thing I like about this is how I make it so Ordinary Man never fights anyone. Like, that's the idea. He's an ordinary man. There is nothing special about him, even though he's an alien. If you notice, I use this clip twice. I think it's from one of the Superman movies. Another space baby. There might be more. Who knows? Yeah, and it just cuts to when he's an old guy. We don't know if he ever did anything, but oh, whatever.
We have not seen you in a long time. Where have you been? Well, first of all, Tom, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be on this show. As you might know, it's my first appearance on television in a very long time.
Yeah, the shirt I'm wearing, the OM, that was done with masking tape. If you can't tell, I just put masking tape in the shape of OM, and apparently he wears that all the time, and that's why I think Rob brings that up. His character brings that up that I smell, because I always wear that. Yeah, basically, the scene that Ordinary Man is watching was filmed, then put onto the TV. Like, that was my most cleverest use of shots. I know that may sound really simple to you, but as far as my videos go, that's like advanced special effects right there. Like, it's actually on the TV. Yeah, here's the shot being used again, because, you know, I couldn't find any other things of meteorites crashing. Like, no, it just wasn't creative enough. I got so many groans, I remember, in the classroom when this thing played. If you're wondering why that particular song, I think I was involved in the drama class at the time, and basically they were presenting the, I think it was like prom, like the prom nominees or something, or maybe it was some sort of other dance. But anyway, I think they had NSYNC come out at one time, and they were playing like this song, and it just got stuck in my head, and I think that's why it eventually ended up in there. Oh, I'm watching Rugrats. That actually is a bit of that actually is a bit ironic because at the beginning where I appear as my mother and say Stewell, that was a parody of something that happened in Rugrats once, like Stu, what are you doing? Making chocolate pudding. Like that was something that happened once. It's on the internet. You can find it. And this part about where he claims where Alex is claiming that the boy band tried to eat Raymond, that's from the original Frankenweenie. Uh, I don't know if you see Miss review of that'll basically give you the idea. Um, uh, See, in jokes, that's the thing. Another thing I did when I didn't really care that much was I put in jokes, because they're funny to me and my friends, and that's all I was really trying to please. This song you're hearing right now, this was suggested by Rob, and believe me, it surprised the hell out of me, too, that he's into this kind of music, you know, like, what? Rob, you're into, like, awesome metal-ish rock? Who would have guessed? This scene was re-edited several times, I remember, because I couldn't get the soldiers shooting them up to look right. Surprising, considering like how militaristic some aspects of the world today are. Like, I couldn't find any good military footage. It was pretty ironic. Oh, and here is The Haunting, sort of. This was made for the International or California State Thespians Festival. Well, basically, we had to join two categories, or we were allowed to join two categories or something. Basically, with that, like they had all these categories that you're supposed to choose, and you had to choose two of them. And you couldn't, and like there had to be two, so just bear with me on that. And one of the categories was DVD film. Recently at least, I haven't been too much into actual theater stuff, and the rest was regular theater things like reading a monologue and all. And I was never into that. Well, I haven't been into that in a while. I used to be into it. So I think one of them was like a scene that I was in, and then there was this that I entered. Those are two people from the class, Andrew and Eve, and they were just great. I asked for volunteers, and they were the only ones that volunteered, and then I basically roped Rob into it because one of the actors couldn't show up. This is Rob's house we're using for it. And, oh, I do like how I made up the lighting. I put orange pieces of paper over things so everything had like an orange glow. I'm not sure you can see it that well, but it was really impressive at the time for me. And we had everything decorated and cobwebs and all. So, some of you might be surprised. Oh, I love how he has the tape recorder playing the lightning sound. Count Scary. One of the best written things I've ever done, probably. And there's Ugor, played by me. Yeah, this one has actual makeup and stuff. I was trying to impress, or at least impress as much as I could. This was shot on my grandma's pink camera phone, and that's why everything's so lame and all, But, oh man. And I had sound effects and all. I was really trying to impress, I was. And I guess it paid off. I got second place, and first place was like this amazingly edited video that looked like it belonged to College Humor or something. I was like, man, how bad could the competition have been? I remember we had trouble with special effects in the scene. Like, as you notice, it's clearly daytime outside. Mainly due to time constrictions and stuff. Just break the fourth wall there. Yeah, that's good. I remember it was going to be something with the mirror. Like, we were going to do, like, a little trick with it. Where where Eve was looking in the mirror. And the reflection moved independently. But yeah, these guys were just such great sports with it. With this, and even though I'm sure I was a bit odd. And in case you're wondering, like, all the bits where he's slapping her or touching her face and stuff, that was entirely between the actors. I didn't come up with it. But I thought it was funny enough. Could you be interested in a good fixer-upper? When this was presented, one of the judges actually compared me to Mel Brooks, which I thought was very sweet. Maybe not true, but very, very good. Very nice. I like that. Yes, this did very well in the classroom too, and it made me feel good. They never regretted the purchase. See, everything turned out okay. Until they learned of the termites. Oh dear. Yes, very silly. But yeah, everyone involved in that was just great. That one of the best ones to be turned out. But still, in terms of comedic effect, for me, Old Man Dyer's Tale of Love just definitely takes the cake there. But you know, you can have your own opinions on that. So anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a commentary on the two Christmas specials. So see you then.